Everybody, so this is another part of my band tricking guide. I'm talking about downstairs Consulate, which is unband trickable, as I say, but it doesn't mean I don't try. The problem with this site is Bandit, who has to trick 3 windows, has to deal with so much. His entire head is an open wall. He has a drone right here. The enemies can attack side, and they do get in his sight. They do actually. There'll be a rotation here. They'll actually cut Bandit off from his own. Usually, what is his safekeeping, and to make probably the worst part of all is this very easy, usually always peeked door right here. Has complete access to Bandit with, and there won't even be a fight. It's a slaughter right there. Bandit's in the cover with no, has literally no cover. Maybe he can fade back to white truck, but that's about it. The guy here will almost Ben will always lose fight. You can either, as Ben, you can either fade forward and then deal with the drone hole or nades, or you can fade behind the truck. But if you're back here, you can't even get a chance to Bandit trick if you're stuck back here for too long. So yeah. So Bandit's goal on this one is mostly, again, not to really trick, but to prevent this door specifically being opened. This one is a lot easy. The two on the right are a lot easier to deal with. And if they have multiple things open, it makes it hard to smoke off. So usually in Pro, you'll see Thermite grab the left and then the right. And then with these two open, they have a lot of options of where to plant depending on what the team is. If they don't have control of the other stairs, they can plant right here. And the guy right here is safe. And if they don't have control of like this back area, or they have a control of here, they can just walk up and plant here instead. So this one is easiest to hold off on because Bandit can play back here with a lot of cover and can easily just get to here ASAP as possible. So again, think of Bandit as not so much you have to keep this door closed. The only one you really have to do in the game now is Clubhouse Top. Think of it as just delaying time or wasting equipment. So, yeah. If you can get at least one side covered, 2 if you're godlike, but even one side like this covered, it closes their options a lot. So yeah, so first things first when setting up the site is crack this switch open a little bit if you have time, shotgun his ammo. This way, again, as I said, we'll do it makes Bandit here better and prevents Maverick from doing exactly what he wants because he can't make the entire walls off wall. Which I believe you can't even do on this site because it's a free wall, but again, it's just nice to do. It makes it's really annoying for Maverick because you can actually, like, goes to make a hole right there, you see him before he might not realize that, and free kill. There's Bandit. You'll be playing back here a lot of the time once you have this door reinforced. But again, you have to watch for the roof. You can use this truck to your advantage. As you can see the window quite easily from here. You can play a shield right here. You can play like how tight you want on this window. You can play on this window as well if you back up a little more. So this window, I wouldn't recommend you crack it open if you do have a hard time seeing. I would crack it open. But it's not too important if you do. So let's talk about the rest of the site. Well, that's what Bandit will be doing. Let's talk about what you can do as... I guess Bandit can also go here if he needs to. Or, like, run all the way back to here. Just depending on where they are. If you're fading away. Like, this truck is usually default, but you can go here. Which is not a great option, but it is an option if you're worried, you need to get away as soon as possible. You're stuck in the middle, or you can hug this wall, but you have to deal with the drone hole, and if they know you're here, you're going to get instantly just bounce naded 100% of the time. So, yeah, let's talk about what everyone else should be doing. So, for the drone hole, have a mute right here if you can. Womai is good too, just a Womai up there. Or like over here. Again, put the Womai as far away from Bandit as possible. Just because so if he needs to trick here, and you have like Womai right here, and they nade, Bandit will still get damaged by the nade, and possibly die if he's too close. Let's talk about stairs. So stairs, the best way to play stairs is to shield up, like, prevent them from getting in. So like, shielding triple Jaeger here is not the worst idea in the world. The problem with playing, like, even, like, this area is, Like, you have to worry about this room, which is, again, very easy to access. This room, which is super, like, from this way, these windows from the upstairs, which they will clear out in the higher you go, so. But having a shield right here is still, like, even on a roamer, like, you know, you can shield right here, and not even, like, play that, but they do have to respect, like, you're Vigil, and you're playing around, you know, Vigil, you play around, like, this area, or Oryx, because there's so many hatches on this map. You can play around here and just go back to the shield when you need to. So like a shield and a bulletproof can lead to like a really deadly combo. You don't even need a shield, it's just nice. But just a bulletproof right here would be huge help. You can also like once open the window, just concede it and you can set the side up with shields are really cool on the side. There's a lot of like weird tricks you can do. You can I can't do this right now, but you can put a shield here if you're not boosted like I am. To watch this and this area. Yeah, right here. I never managed to get the shield out when I wasn't trying to, bro. That's like the wrong button. Yeah, you can put shield right here. You can watch stairs and you know pop up and shoot anyone from there. You can also put a shield here if you'd like. You can actually. I don't know why I have some problem doing it right now, but you can put a shield here and play this as well if you'd like. Or even like right here. Shield right here. Shields again, broken as hell. Use them. One thing you can do in Goyo, and you can still actually do this even after he gets reworked, is Goyo usually, when he had 3, this is more popular. You can actually put your shields like right here, and right like here. Specifically as Goyo, it's just better because one, the fire is actually really important because you need to entry deny them. But new Goyo can just put it like here, here. And like here, you can also do the normal shields you'd like, and it's just really, really annoying if they get in the sight. Again, I'd play for when this door eventually breaks, so not play defended. But you know, if you're like me, you got a band trick. If you have a Kaid with the TCSG, you can also like TCSG before, or you can also like play back here as well, and it's just a good setup for that too. So always put in this corner. This corner is just really safe. I would also recommend you set rotation here. This corner is really safe. It covers you from pretty much everything and allows you to get to the... If you're Bandit, it lets you get back to this site really easily without having to worry about anything. You can also play up here, by the way. Fun fact. It lets you cover here and lets you see stairs easily, as long as like playing hatch in here. So this is not a bad place to fade back to either. Either like that on the box or on this box over here if you want a little bit tighter angle. If you have Maestro, you can Maestro like right here and like right like here, because how can his you can just place it wherever like on the site, because you can counter plants easily by just playing it like right. You should be like shooting under cars and stuff. Experiment with what works best for you, but they should be able to shoot under cars if you place it right. So anything like right here or behind the yellow truck, or white truck, or even just like on this wall over here, for example, would not be bad. But up to you. You can also put it on. Another thing you do is actually like pop this up completely, and then if you're gonna like not ban and trick it, or just kite it and then play like put a mushroom in there, you can see down. Another option you have. While setting up this, you also want to reinforce this side most of the time, and either pop a forward if you have kite, or like someone with a good gun, or a mirror. You can put a mirror here and just watch that. Or you can put up, if you don't want to, you don't have someone playing this angle, you can just put up high holes here so you can have a smoke and C4 thrown safely up here without having this popped. Yeah. Reinforce the hatch, obviously. We'll get to that later. You can either close this off, or you can... I think generally most people prefer to open this up. And then like reinforce here or here. They both have their upsides. I think I prefer reinforcing here more and then playing, putting a hole here. Just so you can see the stairs a little better, and it's a little tighter from here. can reinforce these. You want to use someone playing here, depending on if or not. It's not a bad one to do. Yeah. So, that's how you set up, like, this area. You can also reinforce that side if you want to hold this, but I think this is generally pretty good. So, yeah, let's say we set this, reinforce this for the, so you can, like, show completeness. You can even do both walls. You only need the one for this one hatch. You don't need the two. So, yeah. That's how you defend, like, as this is how this site should look, generally speaking. If you're for defending cafeteria, it's kind of hard for them to push here, just due to funneling into the small window. They can do some things where they drop from up there into archives and then just rush you from here. I usually like barricading this off. I want to see if a roamer, but it's just really annoying to do. Like, if you're in the mirroring here, you're just playing here as a kite or whatever. Hearing this break is a lot of info, and just block line of sight if you have a shielder, like playing here or here. Would recommend you do that at all times if you don't have a plan around it. And if you have equipment, you can put it here. If you're playing this set, you can play back here. You can actually get up here. Fuck, I don't know how to do it anymore, but you can probably look up the you know, the coconut bra video where you do actually clip onto this. I don't really remember off the top of my head anymore, but let's see. Yeah, but you could look that up. You can get up here. You can even place equipment up there if you'd like maestros and stuff. But again, don't worry about this door too much. It's hard to push as long as you have like some info, like a bulletproof or like someone just playing nearby. You guys up here can easily come back and test from here, there, and there with no problem. So yeah, let's go upstairs. That's pretty much how you play the actual site. Let's talk about what the roamers can do. So this is probably Oryx's best map. There's a lot of like triple hatch situations you can do. Actually, before we get to the roamers, let's go talk about this room here. So this room is the bane of bandits tricking. If this, like, again, if the stairs weren't bad enough, you have to deal with what is this area. So not only like is it like bad enough, like having to deal with someone has to play up here. Like, you need a roamer to defend this area right here. Buck and Ash can actually upside down rappel out of line of sight, I believe, and Ash this area right here. And catch any, like, out of sight, or as if you can do this too, and just shoot Bandit playing these three angles, or just shoot his bandits if they can't even see Bandit. So do watch out for that angle in particular, and if you are attacking, it's a really good one. I recommend you give it a try. Maybe if you don't upside down rappel, you can just you know, sledge, buck, breaching charges, and just pop this open to get a very easy kill on Bandit. Can also, as an attacker or defender, use this back and like shoot them on stairs, or if you're trying to retake, get above them and find out where the bomb is and throw nitro to shoot them. So this room is like pretty important to do. If you would like, this was an old strat. I'm not really sure if it's used anymore. Is you pop this hatch. You should generally reinforce it, but you can pop this hatch, reinforce that, reinforce like this, and play around it with mirrors and stuff like that. So you just reinforce this entire area. Have Mira and maybe some mute or like some other utility, and just play this room, and then she drops back down whenever she needs to. You can keep it unpopped. You don't even have to pop it preemptively. You can keep it unpopped at all times, and just pop when you need to, or reinforce it. But yeah, set up a bunch of reinforcements here. Mira is really good for this one, just because if you have a Mira here, it's really annoying for them to push in. Problem is, even if Mira does that, like, you still can't really stop that upside down rappel without having to, like, you know, peek at a really like weird angle, or run out all the way over here and like nitro, or try to like get an angle on them under. So I wouldn't even recommend doing that. But that is an option. But yeah, if you pop a lot of these hatches, or no, you should reinforce this one. That's my bad. Definitely reinforce that one. But a lot of these other hatches you can leave unreinforced and just play, like, have your Oryx or Vigil just drop in and play around them all. There's so many cheesy spots you can do as a defender. Like, you can pop this like hatch, play, like, pop this hatch, too. Play, like, there, watching here. If no one's coming in through here, you drop down yourself. When they already have site control, you just drop behind them for free. You can play, middle, like, main. And, like, if you're Vigil, in particular, you can just, like, sit right here, wait for... You tell if people are going crossing over to that big window, shoot some drones or whatever, and then fade back to either one of these drops, or yellow, or even just down main. You can play up here. You do have to watch out for this, but if someone is doing all of those 3 repels while you're playing basement, that's usually a win for you. So it's like, you can also reinforce this if you'd like, if you want to play like heavy stairs control. Put a shield here or something and just peek like that. So yeah, that's what your roamer should be doing with this site. There's also a couple runouts. This one is well known. Jump out, shoot anyone here. You can't really threaten too many people up, like down here without it being really obvious, but that is the thing you can do. You can do it from up here as well. So this is another option. If you want to kill anyone playing over here. You can also, from there, nitro, like, around here. It's not super great because they're, like, tight. Here, you can't really kill them. But it is an option. So, yeah, I'm going to say it's pretty much it, actually. There's not really too much to the site for bandit tricking. It's mostly playing around Kaid. Be able to use his TCSG from super long range and cover all 3 with one thing. And you can, like, hide the Kaid up here by just throwing it, like, pop this a little bit of the wall and throw it up here so they can't shoot it from yellow. You can put a shield to defend it right here as well. So, yeah. Again, another side, don't worry about bandit tricking this side too much. Just use bandit to delay them as much as possible and prevent them, and try to limit their options from getting which door open. Again, if they get just one open, especially on this side, you're like, you did your job as bandit. That's a good job for you, because you can still play white, no problem. You can still they can only plant, really, like reverse plant right here, where you can save equipment. Where if they have 2 open, smoke has to, like, and they smoke both. Smoke has to make a decision of which to cover, because you can't cover both, and you can't really nitro both either. So again, do your best to prevent this door from being open, or at least one of them. My go-to is covering these 2 and just letting this go open. If you have to guess and check as bandit, which you have to do, I would always guess that one, or I need to do one of these 2. The middle, because usually the most common where they do it, but the left, because it's the most important to hold. So that's how you play bandit on this map, or how you support bandit tricking on this map. Yeah. That's it. I think next, I'll actually do a castle setup for my go-to roof side. So I'll show you that after. But I'll see you in the next one.